A narrow gap in a Mount Air range providing access to the other side is. Sharp thinking. Pass is the right choice. When the whole Earth experiences equal days and equal nights are called? Smart pick. Equinox is the correct choice. What is angle of inclination of the Earth's axis with its orbital plane? Nice work. You chose 6 in 61 2° and it is correct. If there is noon on one side of the Earth, the opposite side will have. Nicely done. Midnight is a solid answer. During the summer solstice, which hemisphere is tilted towards the sun? Well reasoned. Northern hemisphere is the correct choice. The sun's rays fall vertically at the Tropic of Dash on the 22nd December. Good thinking. Capricorn is the right answer. It is a result of the gravitational pull between the sun and the moon. You got it. Your choice high and low is right. The time between today's sunrise and tomorrow's sunrise is about dash. Correct response. 24 hours is the most accurate answer. The speed of rotation at any point along the equator is approximately. Great job. 1670 ph is the accurate answer. The North Pole experiences continuous daylight for 6 months due to. Nice selection. Earth's revolution and tilt is the correct and valid answer. At what angle is the axis of the Earth tilted to the vertical plane? Excellent choice. 23·2° is the right answer. As you move east from one time zone to the next, you move your watch. Strong choice. Ahead 1 hour is the right answer. Dash is a situation when sun rays falls vertically over the equator. You're right. Equinox is the correct answer. The Earth takes about a dash to complete one rotation around its axis. Correct. 24 hours is the right answer. The point in the Moon's orbit when it is farthest from the Earth is. Well done. Apogee is the right choice. Which of the places enjoys equal day and night throughout the year? Clear logic. Your choice equator is sound and 100% true. The circle that divides the globe into day and night is called dash. Well picked. Circle of illumination is the correct answer. What is the distance of the Earth when it is farthest from the sun? On track 152 million km is the correct answer. The whole Earth experiences equal days and nights. This is called. Bravo! Equinox is the answer. The fixed elliptical path along which the Earth revolves is called. Right again. Orbit is a valid answer. The Earth takes 365 days and dash hours to revolve around the sun. You chose 6, and it is correct. The circle which divides the day and night on the globe is called. Smart move. Circle of illumination is an accurate answer. The period of one revolution around the sun is defined as a year. Exactly. True makes sense, and it is right choice. Who has stated, the Earth is round and rotates on its own axis? Great thinking. Aryabhata is the right choice. The point in the orbit of the Earth when it is nearest to the sun. Good job. Your answer perihelion works well here. The plane on which the Earth orbits the sun is known as the dash. Valid point. Orbital plane is true. It takes Earth approximately dash time to revolve around the Sun. Perfect. 365 is the correct choice. What is the circle that divides the day from night on the globe? Right choice. Circle of illumination is the best answer. Dash is a fixed path on which the Earth revolves around the Sun. Solid response. Orbit is a valid choice. The dash separates the lit part of the Earth from the dark half. Excellent. Circle of illumination is a brilliant choice. The wet and swampy belt of northern regions is known locally as. Valid point. Terai is true. What is the date of the winter solstice in Northern Hemisphere? Right again. December 21-22 is a valid answer. When do you have the autumn equinox in the Northern Hemisphere? Nice selection. 23 September is the correct and valid answer. How long does it take for Earth to rotate on its axis one time? You chose 24 hours, and it is correct. Which one of the following is the source of light on the Earth? On track. The Sun is the correct answer. Which of the following is not an effect of the Earth's rotation? Clear logic. Your choice gravity is sound and 100% true. The axis of the Earth is always inclined in the same direction. Excellent. True is a brilliant choice. The season in Northern Hemisphere while winter solstice is dash. Perfect. Winter is the correct choice. The angle of Earth's axis to the plane and vertical respectively. You got it. Your choice 66.23.5 is right. On dash, the whole Earth experiences equal days and equal nights. Right choice. Equinox is the best answer. Which of the following is called the land of the midnight sun? Exactly. North Cape makes sense, and it is right choice. The movement of the Earth that causes day and night is called. Good job. Your answer rotation works well here. The Tropic of Capricorn receives the direct rays of the sun on. You're right. 22 December is the correct answer. The angel of sun rays on 21st June on the Tropic of Cancer is... Nice work. You chose 90 degree, and it is correct. On the 23rd September, it is dash season in the Northern Hemisphere. Good thinking. Autumn is the right answer. How long does it take for the Earth to complete one rotation? Well done. 24 hours is the right choice. The portion of the Earth that faces the sun experiences dash. Solid response. Day is a valid choice. What causes more heat, indirect sunlight or direct sunlight? Great job. Direct is the accurate answer. Every 5 years, February is of 29 days instead of 28 days. Smart pick. False is the correct choice. Motion of the Earth on its axis in about 24 hours is called. Strong choice. Rotation is the right answer. What is the distance from Earth to Sun if perihelion occurs? Well picked. 147 million km is the correct answer. In what direction does the Sun appear to rise every morning? Smart move. East is an accurate answer. What is the degree of the angle at which the Earth is tilted?
Well reasoned. 23.5 is the correct choice.
How much time does the Earth takes to complete one revolution? Correct response. 365 days, 6 hours is the most accurate answer. The surplus sixers every year are added to dash, r, and form dash. Correct. February leap year is the right answer. In dash season, we experience longer days and shorter nights. Great thinking. Summer is the right choice. In March, it is the dash season in the northern hemisphere. Sharp thinking. Spring is the right choice. Which of the following is not a member of the solar system? Bravo!
A constellation is the answer.
All the planets spin on their axis. This motion is known as.
Excellent choice. Rotation is the right answer.
True or false? The Earth spins as it travels around the Sun. Nicely done. True is a solid answer. If 2020 was a leap year, which will be the next leap year?
Well picked. 2024 is the correct answer.
The Earth takes about dash hours to complete one rotation. Sharp thinking. 24 is the right choice. The shortest day and the longest night of the year fall on. Nicely done. 22nd December is a solid answer. Time when the Sun is directly above the Tropic of Capricorn. Correct. Solstice is the right answer. When does the whole Earth experiences equal day and night? Perfect. Equinox is the correct choice. Earth is the dash planet from the Sun. Fill in the blanks. Right again. Third is a valid answer. The spinning of the Earth around its own axis is known as. Well done. Rotation is the right choice. Which latitude receives direct sunlight on 22nd December? On track. D. Tropic of Capricorn is the correct answer. The average distance of the Earth from the Sun is roughly. You're right. 150 million km is the correct answer. When does the direct rays of the Sun fall on the equator? Oh. Excellent choice. 21st March is the right answer. Day and night is caused by the dash of Earth on its axis. Strong choice. Rotation is the right answer. The circular line that separates night from day is called. Smart move. Circle of illumination is an accurate answer. The speed of the Earth revolution is about dash per hour. Solid response. 18 miles is a valid choice. The movement of the Earth around the Sun in a fixed path. Good job. Your answer revolution works well here. How much time does the Earth take to rotate on its axis? You chose 24 hours, and it is correct. How much time does light take to come on Earth from Sun? Excellent. 8 minutes is a brilliant choice. It takes dash days to revolve around the Sun. Good thinking. 36514 is the right answer. The time of the day just before sunrise is known as dash.
Great job. Dawn is the accurate answer.
The motion of the Earth on its own axis is known as dash. Correct response. Rotation is the most accurate answer.
What is the motion of the Earth around the Sun known as?
Well reasoned. Revolution is the correct choice.
The time difference between Greenwich and India is dash. Smart pick. Fighter 30 min is the correct choice.
Earth takes dash to complete one revolution around Sun.
Bravo. 365 days is the answer. What is it called when the Earth moves around its axis? Right choice. Rotation is the best answer. Earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees on its axis. Clear logic. Your choice true is sound and 100% true. At what speed does Earth rotate per hour at the equator? Exactly. 1600 km per hour makes sense, and it is right choice. The sun rays fall vertically on the dash on the 21st June. Nice selection. Tropic of Cancer is the correct and valid answer.
The longest day and shortest night occur on 21st June.
Nice work. You chose Northern Hemisphere, and it is correct. Who stated that the Earth is round with its own axis?
Valid point. Aryabhata is true.
Who discovered that the Earth revolves around the Sun? Great thinking. Nicholas Copernicus is the right choice. What is the movement of the Earth in its orbit called?
You got it? Your choice revolution is right. What is the shape of the Earth's orbit around the Sun?
Right choice. C elliptical is the best answer.
Direct rays of the sun fall on the Tropic of Cancer on.
Excellent. 21st June is a brilliant choice.
What causes deflection in the winds and ocean currents? Good thinking. Rotation is the right answer. Which term describes when the Earth spins on its axis? Good job. Your answer rotation works well here.
In which season is Christmas celebrated in Australia? Great job. Summer is the accurate answer.
The Earth's orbit around the Sun is completely round. You chose false, and it is correct. What will happen on the 21 March in Southern Hemisphere? Right again. Autumnal equinox is a valid answer. The movement of the Earth around the Sun is known as? Smart move. Revolution is an accurate answer. The period of diffused light before sunrise is called? Valid point. Dawn is true. All places lying on the same dash have the same time. You're right. Longitude is the correct answer. A tide that is not as high or low as a normal tide is. Strong choice. A neap tide is the right answer. One rotation makes an Earth day. It is also called as. Exactly. Solar day makes sense, and it is right choice. The longest day in the Southern Hemisphere occurs on.
Perfect. 22 December is the correct choice.
In a leap year, to which month is an extra day added? Excellent choice. February is the right answer. The Earth completes one rotation on its axis in dash. Nice work. You chose 24 hours and it is correct. The position of the Earth on 22nd December is called. Clear logic. Your choice winter solstice is sound and 100% true. The phenomenon of change of seasons is caused due to. Well done. Revolution is the right choice. The plane formed by the dash is called orbital plane. Nicely done. Orbit is a solid answer. The spinning of an object on its axis is called dash. Bravo. Rotation is the answer. It will be disastrous if the Earth fails to rotate. Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. The axis of the Earth makes an angle of 66.5 degrees. You got it. Your choice orbital plane is right.
On the 22nd December, the sun rays are vertical at the. Nice selection. Tropic of Capricorn is the correct and valid answer.
Movement of the Earth on its axis is called as dash. Well picked. Rotation is the correct answer.
The Earth's axis is tilted so that it points toward. Correct response. Polaris is the most accurate answer.
The Earth is going around the Sun in a dash orbit. Correct. Elliptical is the right answer. The period of one rotation of the Earth is known as. Smart pick. The Earth day is the correct choice. In the winter solstice, the direct sunlight falls on. On track. Southern hemisphere is the correct answer.
When the moon passes between the sun and the Earth. Solid response. A solar eclipse occurs is a valid choice. The line that divides the Earth into equal halves.
Great thinking. Axis is the right choice. What is the movement of the Earth on its own axis? Well reasoned. Rotation is the correct choice.
The plane formed by the orbit is known as the dash.
Strong choice. Orbital plane is the right answer. Direct rays of the sun fall on the equator on dash. Nicely done. 21 March is a solid answer. On the 23rd September, midday sun is overhead at the. Good job. Your answer equator works well here. The Earth's orbit around the sun is dash in shape. Perfect. Elliptical is the correct choice. Which of the following is not a planet of the sun? Nice selection. Sirius is the correct and valid answer. When the Earth is far away from the sun is called. Great thinking. Aphelion is the right choice. On the 21st June, rays of the sun are vertical at dash. Well picked. Tropic of Cancer is the correct answer.
The movement of the Earth on its axis is known as.
Excellent. Rotation is a brilliant choice. Mountain range that separates Europe and Asia is. Clear logic.
Your choice, the Urals, is sound and 100% true.
The Earth revolves along its orbit at what speed? On track, 20.6 km per second is the correct answer. Poles experience 6 months day and 6 months night. Exactly. True makes sense and it is right choice. Earth around the sun in a fixed path called dash. Sharp thinking. Orbit is the right choice. The British Royal Observatory is located in dash. Bravo. London is the answer. Christmas is celebrated in summer season in dash? You got it. Your choice Australia is right. How long does it take for one complete rotation? Well reasoned. 24 hours is the correct choice. Earth takes 365 1 before days to dash around the sun. Valid point. Revolve is true.
In Australia, Christmas is celebrated during dash.
You're right. Summer is the correct answer. On the 21st June, direct rays of the sun falls on the...
Well done. Tropic of Cancer is the right choice.
What keeps the Earth and other planets in orbit?
Correct response. Gravity is the most accurate answer.
How many days does it take to go around the sun? Right again. 365 days is a valid answer. The position of the Earth on the 21st June is called... Solid response. Summer solstice is a valid choice. Days and nights occur due to dash of the Earth. Smart move. Rotation is an accurate answer. The Earth travels around the Sun in dash orbit. Smart pick. Elliptical is the correct choice. When the Sun is highest in the sky, the time is... Correct. Solar noon is the right answer. Spinning of the Earth on its own axis is called... Great job. Rotation is the accurate answer. The annual movement of the Earth around the Sun. Good thinking. Revolution is the right answer. Life is not possible in the extreme conditions. You chose true, and it is correct. The diffuse light after sunset is known as dusk. Right choice. True is the best answer. The circle that divides day and night is called... Excellent choice. Circle of illumination is the right answer. The movement of Earth around the Sun is called... Nice work. You chose revolution, and it is correct. One day of the leap year is added in which month? Nicely done. February is a solid answer. The axis of the Earth is tilted at an angle of... Correct response. 66 1/2 degrees is the most accurate answer. On the 22nd December, sun's rays are direct fall on... Smart pick. Tropic of Capricorn is the correct choice. Northern Hemisphere experiences longest day on. You got it? Your choice 21st June is right. Which month has one extra day in the leap year? Nice work. You chose February, and it is correct. The time period after sunset is known as dash. Excellent choice. Dusk is the right answer. On which date does the summer solstice occur? Exactly. June 21st makes sense, and it is right choice. The 180-degree meridian is called as the dash. Strong choice. International date line is the right answer. The globe and the Earth are different in dash. Well reasoned. Size is the correct choice. The following are effects of rotation except... Perfect. Equinoxes is the correct choice. When an object orbits another object, it dash. Clear logic. Your choice revolves is sound and 100% true. The largest delta in the world is Dash Delta. You're right. Sundarban is the correct answer. A leap year has 356 days fulls.
Valid point. False is true.
A year is usually divided into dash seasons. Excellent. 4 is a brilliant choice. What is the shortest day of the year called? On track. Winter solstice is the correct answer. It is the movement of an object on its axis. Well done. Rotation is the right choice. If the Earth does not rotate, will life exist? Nice selection. No, it won't is the correct and valid answer. Direct sun rays falls on the equator on dash. Correct. Both of these is the right answer. A year with 366 days is known as dash a year. Right again. Leap is a valid answer. Seasons change due to the dash of our Earth. Solid response. Revolution is a valid choice. The Earth revolves around the Sun in a dash. Great job. Elliptical orbit is the accurate answer. How many motions does the Earth experience? Well picked. 2 is the correct answer. Christmas is celebrated in Australia in the... Great thinking. Summer season is the right choice. On the 21st June, sun rays directly fall on dash. Smart move. Tropic of Cancer is an accurate answer. The Peninsula Plateau of India belongs to... Good job. Your answer Gondwanaland works well here. The axis of the Earth in an imaginary line. Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. What is the number of days in a leap year? Right choice. 366 is the best answer. On the 21st June, sun's rays are direct fall on. You chose Tropic of Cancer. And it is correct. Day and night on the Earth due to rotation. Good thinking. True is the right answer. The Earth completes one revolution in dash. 365 days, 6 hours is the answer. The planet with the longest revolution is... Nice selection. Neptune is the correct and valid answer. To complete one revolution the Earth takes. Strong choice. 36 the wonder 4 days is the right answer. What is the speed of Earth while rotating? 1674 km is the correct choice. The dash receives direct rays of the sun. Smart move. Equator is an accurate answer. During the full moon and new moon phases. Valid point. Spring tides occur is true. Cycle of seasons is caused due to Earth's. Excellent. Revolution is a brilliant choice. The Earth completes one rotation in about... Good job. Your answer 24 hours works well here. The cycle of the seasons is caused due to... Exactly. Revolution makes sense and it is right choice. The period of diffused light after sunset. Correct. Dusk is the right answer. Antarctic Circle lies in dash hemisphere. Excellent choice. Southern is the right answer. Aryabhata was born in Kusampur in dash. Well picked. 5th is the correct answer. Change of seasons occurs on Earth due to.
Nice work. You chose revolution, and it is correct.
Day and night are caused by the Earth's.
Nicely done. Rotation is a solid answer. A leap year comes after how many years?
Good thinking. 4 years is the right answer.
What is the shape of the Earth's orbit?
Clear logic. Your choice elliptical is sound and 100% true.
A fixed path which the Earth revolves.
Perfect. Orbit is the correct choice.
The Earth receives light from the dash.
You're right. Sun is the correct answer. What are the two motions of the Earth?
Great job. Rotation, revolution is the accurate answer.
How many latitudes are there in total? 180 is the answer.
What speed does the Earth revolve at?
Well reasoned. 66,627 month is the correct choice.
All are effects of revolution except.
Solid response. Days and nights is a valid choice.
In which direction does the sun rise? Correct response. East is the most accurate answer.
Christmas is celebrated in summer in.
Great thinking. Australia is the right choice.
The period of rotation is called dash.
Right again. Earth Day is a valid answer.
In a leap year, February has dash days.
Well done. 29 is the right choice.
When do equinoxes occur on the Earth?
You got it. Your choice both and is right.
The daily motion of the Earth is dash.
Right choice. Rotation is the best answer.
Days and nights occur on Earth due to.
Sharp thinking. Rotation is the right choice.
The axis of Earth makes an angle of.
You chose 66 1-2 degrees, and it is correct.
What is the revolution of the Earth?
On track. Orbit around the sun is the correct answer.
Days are shorter during dash season.
Smart move. Winter is an accurate answer.
Earth has how many types of motions?
Smart pick. 2 is the correct choice.
How many meridians are there in all?
Great thinking. 360 is the right choice.
What is the Earth's tilt in degrees?
Great job. 23.5 degrees is the accurate answer.
How long does Earth's rotation last?
Correct response. 24 hours is the most accurate answer.
The rise and fall of tides is due to.
Exactly. Rotation makes sense, and it is right choice.
Russia extends over dash time zones.
Right choice. 11 is the best answer.
A leap year has dash number of days.
Well picked. 366 is the correct answer.
How many years once leap year occurs?
You chose 4, and it is correct.
Cycle of day and night caused due to.
Good thinking. Rotation is the right answer.
How many motions of Earth are there?
Excellent. 2 is a brilliant choice.
How many motions does Earth has dash?
Correct. 2 is the right answer. The value of the prime meridian is. Right again. ZO is a valid answer. The Earth's orbit is dash in shape.
Solid response. Elliptical is a valid choice.
What is the name of the North Star?
Nicely done. Polaris is a solid answer.
The Earth revolve around the dash.
Nice selection. Sun is the correct and valid answer.
The leap year is that year in which.
Excellent choice. February has 29 days is the right answer.
The autumnal equinox takes place on.
Well reasoned. 23 September is the correct choice.
When do you have the spring equinox?
Good job. Your answer 21 March works well here.
Revolution of the Earth causes dash.
You got it. Your choice season is right.
The Antarctic Circle is located in.
Perfect. Southern Hemisphere is the correct choice.
What are the seasons of the Earth?
On track. Summer, winter, spring, autumn is the correct answer.
The total number of longitudes are.
Clear logic. Your choice 360 is sound and 100% true.
The axis of the Earth is Avon dash.
You're right. Imaginary line is the correct answer.
The Earth rotates on its axis from.
Nice work. You chose west to east and it is correct.
The surplus day added to the month.
Bravo. February is the answer.
It is also called annual motion.
Strong choice. Revolution is the right answer.
A leap year consists of dash days.
Valid point 366 is true.
What causes day and night cycles?
Well done. Earth's rotation is the right choice.
Sun is overhead on the equator on.
Sharp thinking. 23 September is the right choice.
The shape of the Earth's orbit is.
Excellent choice. Elliptical is the right answer.
The part which faces the sun has.
Solid response. Day is a valid choice.
Earth rotates in which direction?
You're right. West to east is the correct answer.
Revolution causes day and night.
Correct response. False is the most accurate answer.
Indian desert has dash climate.
Strong choice. Arid is the right answer.
The longest day occurs on dash.
Good thinking. 21st June is the right answer.
Spring equinox takes place on.
Correct. 21 March is the right answer.
How many days a leap year has?
Right choice. 366 is the best answer.
A year is usually divided into.
Bravo. 4 seasons is the answer.
21st March is the dash equinox.
Well done. Spring equinox is the right choice.
Summer solstice occurs on dash.
You got it. Your choice 21st June is right.
One Earth day is of dash hours.
Well picked. 24 is the correct answer.
The winter solstice occurs on.
You chose B22nd December, and it is correct.
India lies in which hemisphere?
Nicely done. Northern Eastern is a solid answer.
A year with 366 days is called? Good job. Your answer leap year works well here.
An incoming or rising tide is
Smart move. A flood tide is an accurate answer.
the highest peak in India is
Nice selection. Kanchenjunga is the correct and valid answer.
Did you like our presentation? Valid point.
It was the best is true.
The Earth orbits around dash.
Exactly. The sun makes sense and it is right choice.
it takes Earth 365 days and
Smart pick. Sixes is the correct choice. When is the next leap year?
Well reasoned. 2024 is the correct choice.
Earth revolves at a rate of
Clear logic. Your choice 1 degree per day is sound and 100% true.
Earth's orbit shape is dash.
On track. Ecliptic is the correct answer.
A normal year has 365 days.
Sharp thinking. False is the right choice.
What Earth's daily motion?
Nice work. You chose rotation and it is correct.
Which ocean is shaped?
Right again. Atlantic Ocean is a valid answer.
Shape of Earth's orbit is
Excellent. Elliptical is a brilliant choice.
when is a summer solstice?
Great thinking. 21st June is the right choice.
How many seasons are there?
Great job. 4 is the accurate answer.
The frigid zone lies near.
Perfect. Poles is the correct choice.
When is the shortest day?
Good thinking. December 21 is the right answer.
Time before the sun sets.
Well done. Twilight is the right choice.
Daily motion of Earth is
Nicely done. Rotation is a solid answer.
the term equinox means
Solid response. Equal night is a valid choice.
what is on 20th in December?
Right again. Winter solstice is a valid answer.
A proof of revolution is
You chose seasons, and it is correct.
22 December is known as
You're right. Winter solstice is the correct answer.
axis is even dash the line.
Good job. Your answer imaginary works well here.
What is an orbital plane?
Great job. Plane formed by orbit is the accurate answer.
The Earth rotates every
Excellent choice. 24 hours is the right answer.
Earth rotates from dash.
Perfect. West to east is the correct choice.
the Earth rotates from
Well reasoned. West to east is the correct choice. Orbit is on dash line.
Strong choice. Imaginary is the right answer.
seasons change due to
Right choice. Revolution is the best answer.
one rotation makes an
Great thinking. All of the above is the right choice.
seasons are caused by
You got it. Your choice revolution is right.
Earth rotation causes
Smart pick. Day and night is the correct choice.
21st March is called
Valid point. Spring equinox is true. Earth has das orbit?
On track. Elliptical is the correct answer.
Peri is a dash word.
Exactly. Greek makes sense and it is right choice. The dash is tilted.
Nice work. You chose axis, and it is correct. Tides are caused by? Nice selection. Gravity is the correct and valid answer.
Earth revolves on a.
Clear logic. Your choice orbit is sound and 100% true.
Value of perihelion.
Of 147 millikelvins is the answer.
How long is a day?
Well picked. 24 hours is the correct answer.
March 21 is called.
Smart move. Spring equinox is an accurate answer. Revolution causes.
Correct response. Seasons is the most accurate answer.
Rotation causes.
Sharp thinking. Day and night is the right choice.
A leap year has.
Correct. 366 days is the right answer.
Equinox means.
Excellent. Equal days and nights is a brilliant choice.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Great thinking. Contact Narayan Chengda on Facebook is the right choice.